Hey guys, I was really starting to get worried. I didn't know where anyone was because it's time for Bible hour and no one was here, and I was like, well, what are we gonna do? And then Jan was like, well, everyone has to stay home, and I was like, everyone has to stay home? What is that gonna do? But I decided that instead we're gonna have Bible hour over the internet. Pause for dramatic effect. All right, so we're gonna start out like we usually do, sing a couple songs. You ready? Loosen up. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. Can you do it faster? Let's see how we can do. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled to Jesus, wrapped up, tied up, tangled to God, wrapped up, tied up, tangled to Jesus, wrapped up, tied up, tangled to God. Oh yeah. Faster? How about super slow-mo? I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in God. I'm all wrapped up, I'm all tied up, I'm all tangled up in Jesus. I'm all wrapped up, tied up, tangled up in God. Oh yeah. Woo! Oh, man, good job. That was really good. Let's sing another one. How about This Little Light of Mine? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine, oh yeah. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine. Hide it under a bushel, no! I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. Won't let Satan in out, I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let Satan in out, I'm gonna let it shine. Won't let Satan in out, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine. Even stuck at my house, I'm gonna let it shine. Even stuck at my house, I'm gonna let it shine. Even stuck at my house, I'm gonna let it shine all the time, let it shine, oh yeah. Usually, during this time, I ask you guys a question and have you tell me about what you've been doing this weekend or what's going on in your life. For right now, what I want you guys to do is get your moms and dads to get their phones out and turn that camera around and face you and answer this question for me. What are you doing since you're stuck at home? Get them to record that and send it to me, and maybe you can be on next week's video. How about that? I think that'll be cool. Alright, so now we have to call out our friend, Mr. Smiley. Yes, that's right. Even he is stuck at home here at the church. So let's call him out on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, not very many of you yelled. We're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Mr. Smiley! Having a good time staying in and staying at home? Pretty much the same as usual here. I do miss all of you guys though. I'm sure they miss you as much as you miss them. So usually with you, we collect money. How do we do that since no one's here? So, I've been thinking about that. Here's what you can do. You can take your money and put it into an envelope and wait until we get back. Or you can Lysol it down and send it to the office. And Malvin can bring it up here to me. Alright,
right, so you guys heard him. You can either wait until we get back, or if you want to, put it in an envelope, spray it down with Lysol, and send it over to the church. Okay, everybody say, bye, Mr. Smiley! Bye! Alright guys, let's start off with the books of the Bible. Ready? Say them with me. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. Alright, how about the New Testament? Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts and the letters to the Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians, Galatians and Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus and Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude and Revelation. Alright, so starting this week, we're going to be studying, drumroll please, Daniel. So, Daniel is probably most known for his lion den fiasco. But today we're going to start a good bit before that. Actually, when Daniel was a young man. So maybe not this young. If you'll remember though, God's people continued to not turn to him. And so the city of Judah was eventually overtaken. God allowed his people to be taken over by King Nebuchadnezzar. Alright? And when this happened, the king made a lot of people leave their homes. And 4 boys from Judah were some of those that had to leave their home. And they were chosen to come actually all the way to where the king lived in Babylon. These boys were chosen because they were healthy and handsome and good learners. And so they were really the best of the best. And they were brought to Babylon in order to learn from the king and learn kind of his ways. Now, they were supposed to be there for 3 years. They were going to study and eat like kings. No, literally, they were going to eat like the king. They were going to eat all the same things as him and drink the same things as him. And it maybe kind of sounds awesome, right? Not to Daniel and his friends. They decided they would not eat these things that the king ate. They decided that even though they had been taken captive, and even though that they had to leave their homes, and even though the king's people had given them new names, they would not eat the king's food. Now you may be wondering why. Well, God's people had special rules to follow in the things that they ate. And Daniel and his friends knew that these things that the king ate probably didn't fit into those rules. And so he talks to the guy that's in charge of watching over them. And he says, all right, please let us try to not eat these things. And the keeper is like, hold on a second. I'm scared about the king. If I don't make you guys eat what you're supposed to eat, and then you guys get sickly or don't look as healthy as everyone else, then I'm the one that's going to get in trouble. But Daniel asked him to please just let him try eating nothing but vegetables and waters for 10 days. Can you imagine eating vegetables and water for 10 days? That sounds terrible! But turns out, not only did they make it out of those 10 days okay, but they were healthier and looked better than everyone else. Not only did they make it, not only were they good enough, they were the best. They end up continuing to be the best and showing off for God. Now, this isn't something that's always easy to do. It's not always easy to follow the rules and do the things that we're supposed to do. Sometimes we have things we want to do. But here's the thing. They kept their focus on God. It wasn't necessarily that Daniel and his friends were really, really good at following the rules. What they were really, really good about was focusing on God. And we can do that too. If we go into our everyday life and we focus on Jesus and the awesome King that He is to us, following the rules falls into place with that. And God will bless our lives just like He did them. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed our online Bible hour. I can't wait until we get to come back together again. Until then, see you later. You're supposed to cut it.